Hello guys, Tops here. Today I have something special again, and it is more a question to the community, the Battle Bros community, and I have a problem. So, I have read once in a while that the AOE hammer build, especially for the left flank, is super good because the shatter attack goes counterclockwise. So, I thought, yeah, let's make a hammer build. The thing is, you are on the flank by yourself, so you need really high stats. You need a lot of fatigue to swing the hammer. The AoE is super expensive, 23 fatigue. You need fair amount of resolve, melee defense and hit points to survive on your own. At the same time, you need insane melee skill because Shatter has minus 5% chance to hit. Even with Mastery. Without Mastery is minus 10% chance. So, the thing is, I've taken the Lone Wolf for this, by the way. And I've done that a lot with the Lone Wolf. And every time I made this AoE hammer build, I was super underwhelmed by the damage. The thing is, the single target attack, the smite, does plus 20 damage against the target. And the hammer suffers from low base damage. So with the smite, it's okay, because you have the high armor ignore. But even with the smite, compared to a normal mace, the damage is significantly lower, and we will not talk about great axes. So the hammer already has problems dealing single target damage against, let's say, not that heavily armored opponents that have high hit points. The stagger is nice, but the damage quite low. The AoE attack loses this plus 20%, this plus 20 damage buff, so you only do 60 to 90 damage and 120 to 180 damage to armor. Not 80 to 100 damage to hit points and 160 to 220 damage to armor. That means your damage is fairly low. And the question is, I have a god bro that is a brute in this case, and I'm making him into an AoE hammer build. And I have tried this, by the way. I've tried this many ways. This is my Crippling Strikes Executioner run, so I gave him Crippling Strikes Executioner. All of these builds have Crippling Strikes Executioner. This was just a test run. But I have made him Battleforge, Killing Frenzy, Berserk. I've played him with Fearsome, with Reach Advantage, with Headhunter, with Lone Wolf. I've played him with Fortified Mind, 9 lives. I have played him with Recover, and all with Brawny to get more fatigue even, all of that good stuff. And every single time I was underwhelmed by the DPS it does. Again, it is kind of a build designed to take a god bro that has insane fatigue, good defense and melee attack. So basically a godly Battleforge hire, a godly Hedge Knight that you hire. And you want to put this guy against like 3 Orc Warriors, 3 Chosen, maybe 3 Berserkers, whatever. Like you want to have the ability to fight 3 super strong opponents by yourself, on your own, on the left flank of the team. So you can do that with a god bro. He's not gonna die. High defense, high hit points, high resolve. He's fine by himself, right? But the damage she does is pretty mediocre, because the AoE does super low damage, like 60 to 90 damage to hit points to a Chosen. That might not even, maybe it injures him, because it says 0 to 36 damage can ignore armor. That's another thing, like the armor penetration with low base damage, if you low roll, isn't that high. Like that might not even injure a Chosen on the first hit, or an Orc Warrior. So every time I make the Lone Wolf into this build, the AoE hammer build, it is really mediocre. And if I take the Lone Wolf and I give him a cleaver, this guy is the top killer on my team every fucking time. This guy is a brute. I'm pretty sure if I made him the Headhunter Flail build, like, okay, that says, don't look at this guy's special tryout build. Forget it. But if I make him the proper Flail Headhunter build with the brute trait, this guy would have been the top killer on my team. This guy, look at this. He took part in 314 battles and he has 314 kills. This guy is barely breaking even. If I look at my sword lance, 70 battles, 98 kills. Mace Katal, even less. My AOE Swordmaster, 141 battles, 189 kills. My Archer, 278 battles, 314 kills. Like, this guy is not doing well. He's always mediocre, and it always feels like he's not doing a lot of damage. So I have also tried the fat neutral approach without Berserk, Killing Frenzy, just with Fearsome, Reach Advantage, and just Fortified Mind, 9 lives, and just overwhelm and stuff like that. Like, just standing there and hitting once, AoEing once per turn, stuff like that. And even that felt pretty mediocre. The damage always felt mediocre, and I don't know if this build is any viable. However, if I have found a Famed Hammer that has additional damage, this build felt a little bit better. So I don't think this build is pretty strong on its own, unless you find a Famed Hammer with additional damage. So if you find a hammer that has, like, I don't know, 75 to 110 damage on the two-handed attack, or 80 to 110, something like that, then the damage might actually be high enough that you can shatter on the AoE, the knockback, and the stagger. On top of that, you might injure an opponent, so your second attempt, your second hit, then you have the Executioner to do additional damage, stuff like that. So I don't know, guys. I do not like the AoE hammer build that much, and I think hammers in general suffer from low base damage and are, compared to maces, just worse a lot of this time. And also, like, Daze reduces damage, Stagger just reduces initiative, which is pretty good against opponents. That basically means a lot of the time you go before them, so it's more likely that you kill them. But Daze, a lot of the times, has better synergy because of the stat reduction and the damage reduction it applies to an opponent. So the AoE hammer build, is it a meme build? Is it a real build? Is it a mediocre build? I think it is a mediocre build. Did I build it wrong? Maybe. The thing is, I built it 10 different times and it never felt like, it always felt mediocre. Even though I used the God Bro for that. It was never like a Great Axe who split it 3 mans in a row, or a Sword Lance who just destroyed everything, a Cleaver who just went berserk on my opponents. No, it was like, okay, he AoE'd, he missed one guy, hit the other guy got knocked back, whatever. Then sometimes, because of the negative hit chance, even with God melee skill, you might just miss 2 times, hit the one guy, it doesn't stagger him, doesn't injure him, does a little bit damage to him. It's kind of like, okay, whatever, he's not gonna die from that. Now I have 3 guys hitting me. I didn't even kill one guy. With a Great Axe, this guy would have been dead, for sure. So stuff like that happens a lot with the AoE hammer. And that's pretty annoying, guys. Maybe I'm just bad at building it. Maybe you have the solution to my problem. I don't know. I have tried, and I didn't make this build work outside a super high damage famed weapon. Maybe you have the answer to me. It goes out to the community. If you can solve the problem for me, please put it down in the comments. I would like to hear about your build. And yeah, that's kind of it, guys. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I stream almost daily. If you want to see these playthroughs that I do, this is a Crippling Strikes Executioner run. I'm trying out new builds with Crippling Strikes Executioner. If you want to see that, I do that on a live stream. If you want to talk about Battle Bros, again, the comment section is free. Live streams there. I answer all the comments. I like to talk about Battle Brothers in the live stream. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. And have a nice day. Gonna see you in the next one. Bye-bye.